What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and right now we're going to get into some crypto breaking news as we look into some comments from Michael Saylor. If you hold Bitcoin or you just care about Bitcoin because you hold pretty much every other crypto out there available in the market, this will be a good video because it's going to tie in together kind of the overall narrative. And I'll tell you one thing, guys, as we look at the crypto bubbles, you can see this is not the day or the time to take anything lightly, because this has been just the most unsettling market that I think I've ever been a part of, right? It's different when everything's gone to hell, and we all expect this, but with what we have coming about within the positives, the tailwinds, the catalysts driving the crypto market, or should be driving the crypto market, it's left us all kind of scratching our heads and talking with people on X, talking with people in live streams, and going into these videos and doing my research, and just me trading crypto. This has been one of the most mind-boggling kind of moments in my crypto trading history. And kind of, I'll tell you, the one people that probably are laughing is more traditional finance investors, just due to the fact that you don't have to deal with all this bullshit, okay? But this is kind of where we're at. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Mark. We're going to talk Bitcoin, Michael Saylor, and kind of the overall market right now in this video. And it's kind of some breaking news as we get deeper into kind of what this would mean. But I don't think it's going to be just now. What he said was breaking news, but what's going to actually happen and take place, that's going to be a little bit longer down the road. So let's get into it. If you guys haven't done so, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and always be sure to remember to do your own research. None of this is financial advice, okay? First, let's touch on the BTC chart. We're going to look at BTCC, one of the longest exchanges that's been running. They do offer spot and futures trading to U.S. clients. So make sure you guys all use my link down below. Start trading on BTCC, okay? It's a very reputable exchange that I just started using, so I decided to partner up with them, and it is one thing where they do offer some promotions along the way. But as we look at BTC, only one C in that one, we could see trading at 82.1. So this is something where we're down another 4.73%, almost 5%. What is going on right now with Bitcoin? And this is where they're going to drag pretty much all the other alts through the mud. And right now, as we're looking at some of the support lines along the way, I mean, next stop down, guys, we have bounced back before. This just basically happened as we look into the 11th of January. We kind of tested this level, and also I think that if we kind of get into kind of what we saw in the late part of February, we did test the exact level that we're at right now before we bounce back over the EMAs. Got at about 94, 95,000 for Bitcoin, and then from there, guys, we've been kind of on a resounding decline. All right, now these are candles that we want to look at because this does matter. This is a lot of volatility. What we had coming out of the Crypto Summit on March 7th, just 2 days ago, was legendary. I quite frankly don't understand why we had to make the kind of the elephant in the room, the giant, I don't know if it was gold or bronze, whatever it was, probably gold, but that the FIFA coin or whatever they were doing with that, it was just baffling. Kind of spoiled the milk for that day in terms of a lot of investors' hopes and optimism. And, in this wild, wild west kind of environment that we're in, it is funny to me that we don't kind of care. We don't care. Trump can't pump crypto. It's kind of where the smart money doesn't want to get into the volatile waters. They'll trade it, but it's just something where, golly, we can't get a break in this one. I mean, literally, we had the heads of the major cryptos, including Michael Saylor. Obviously, Bitcoin's anonymous. We all know that. But it's something where, why won't crypto run? It's not priced in. It's almost like the more good stuff we get, the more the crypto market gets unsettled and scared. And that's kind of how I feel about it. So maybe Donald Trump is the new Jim Cramer. Time will tell, but that's kind of where I'm at, guys. It's one where you almost have to short the news and long the lows, and that's kind of where you look at today's chart and we zoom out a little bit, and it's kind of exactly what I've been thinking about doing. So that's kind of where we're at within the chart. Sign up with BTCC if you want to start trading with them today, and let's get kind of into the conversation that I wanted to share with you. Now, this was from yesterday, as Michael Saylor told Trump that the Bitcoin reserve will generate 60 to 100 trillion in wealth. A lot of zeros on that one. Trump's going to have to get used to saying trillions. You know, we all know the billions and billions and billions. You know, the famous Trump voice that everybody does cast a little bit of humor behind. But this is something where Michael Saylor walked in with a document in hand and no one in the room could ignore, and that document basically said 60 to 100 trillion dollars. That's how much the U.S. could generate over the next decade if it fully embraces Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin maxis, guys, as we talk about it, and if you are a Bitcoin maxi, that's awesome. Shout out to you guys. You guys are killing it. But there are a lot of people in this video that are watching that are kind of just crypto traders, and they're in it for every other crypto out there, meme coins alike. And I think the great thing about it is the diversity. And it is something where you're not wrong. No one's ever wrong, but no one's ever fully right either, because it is just seriously endless within blockchain. So that's kind of what we look into the applications of everything, and we talk about kind of what's coming for generational wealth over the next decade, okay? Now, that's kind of where it had to, you know, we saw the memes and it had to really rub Saylor the wrong way. Being in the room with so many of the heads of altcoins, it was probably, the irony in it was knee deep, okay? But this is something where we look into Saylor's 34-page document that he shared directly with Trump and his attendees, laid out an entire strategy, okay, to restructure the United States financial system with crypto at its core. Now, if Bitcoin was not worth $90,000, let's just say this thing was worth a penny. If this guy was at a bar with this document, a lot of people probably would be calling the psych ward, especially if you had some kind of financial job trying to get him evaluated. But here we are today, guys. Michael Saylor buying more Bitcoin, sharing at the White House a 34-page document within the entire strategy to restructure the United States financial system. Let's say that all again one more time. An entire strategy to restructure the United States financial system with crypto, okay? That is literally what we need for Bitcoin to get to 150,000 or beyond. There should be no reason why. First off, my man has a 34-page document. I couldn't write 34 pages tomorrow if you paid me. But this is something where you look into, I don't even think ChatGPT could put together a 34-page document. This is what I'm trying to say. This is absolutely insane what we have experienced, and crypto is going down. So call it what you want, maybe some market manipulation, but how often and how long are we going to sell the news, guys? I don't want to wait 10 years. I know what Saylor's talking about, but we're antsy. We want it now. And that's kind of where we're going to get into the conversation. What is next? So if you do want to read about this, go on Michael Saylor's X page, @Saylor, and you can check out that entire strategy to dominate the 21st century global economy. That's absolutely, absolutely insane, just hearing those words over and over again, okay? But we're going to kind of get into the brief synopsis of this, generating $16 to $81 trillion in wealth for the Treasury by 2045. This is something where we look into the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, all the Bitcoin people out there do not want XRP, Solana, Cardano, Ethereum. They just want it straight Bitcoin. Now, that's kind of cool and all, but I do think that we need to get more information before we start specializing and make it official, right? Make something actually concrete. If you make something concrete and then the markets don't run, then we have a reason to panic, okay? But the last kind of thing that I want to leave you guys with is he goes on to tell Trump that America could control 25% of all the Bitcoin. Now, I don't think that's personally a good thing. It's essentially lopsided. And the whole beauty of crypto is that if everybody owns a little piece, that's what truly adds to its beauty. It's not going to be the Rothschilds and, the all these major, families that have basically been at the frontier of expanding and, just straight industrialization. We missed the boat on that. We weren't born yet. We couldn't control our financial destiny. Now, Bitcoin gives everybody another chance, okay? And I think that if you do get it a little bit lopsided, what we want to do with spreading wealth to underprivileged areas and regions of the world, such as, underdeveloped countries, solving those problems fiscally for them, and obviously giving their native currency and a second chance. And that's kind of what the beauty of Bitcoin can provide. We see El Salvador, just to name one, and other ones that have heavily inflated national marks, and that's kind of where it leads us to Bitcoin. But if 25% of the Bitcoin is held by America, then we have an issue, because then essentially America will, in some form or fashion, be a giant shareholder in a lot of those nations as they look to kind of find new purpose. So that's kind of my only half full argument, the glass is half full argument that I can make about all this crypto. And I'm a realist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. I like to consider myself the glass half full and half empty. And that's kind of what my only FUD or drawback, and one of the things about cryptocurrency that does kind of make me a little bit uneasy is, are we just giving the big players that are in the financial systems that we have currently up and running, are we giving them another avenue to basically flex their muscles? And that's kind of where this rubs me the wrong way. Now, maybe we get in more of the finer print of that, and it's not just, big wallets, it's individualized. So like, if it's 25% of all Americans, but it's not in an excess where you're not going to have an overwhelming concentration of just a certain group, then we can get down with that. But if it's just simply America controlling it, the government controlling it, we took out the big, we're trying to solve the big banks. We're not trying to add government into crypto and make a decentralized thing centralized. And that's kind of the part of this that I really do draw a line on. So that's the only reason really I'm against this whole imposition from Donald Trump and company, because really it hasn't led to any price rise. So crypto's going down and the government's going in. And that's kind of gives me a little bit of a reason to be cautious. Okay. So that's kind of what we got going on. The new American Bitcoin economy, that's part of Saylor's proposal. You guys need to check out that on X and really look into kind of what that comes from. Breaking it down to 10 trillion from tokens, 20 trillion from digital securities, 10 trillion from stable coins, and 20 trillion from Bitcoin. That's kind of where you look into Saylor's framework. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of things that go into this. One post that he did make, the government should support, not suppress, Bitcoin and crypto innovation. I agree with that. I just kind of reiterate what I said earlier. I just don't want the government to proliferate that in a way that allows the government to become stronger and the people to become weaker. Okay, that's kind of where I'm at with all that. So one thing's clear. This is kind of like I always compare it for you guys as the Cold War narrative right now, like a .com era, like a .com bubble, Cold War. We're not fighting for Russia, United States to go to the moon and all this innovation. We're fighting for digital currency, and it's not so much with Russia, but it will be. Right now, it's this kind of United States versus Asia versus not really versus, but kind of with just a little bit of Europe on the side, in my personal opinion. So appreciate you guys as always. Love talking this stuff. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, be sure to check out BTCC. Start trading with them today. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.